वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह. Life was much easier when apple and blackberry were just fruits. Then came technology, a tool for both helping humans and destroying them too. This is the paradox of our times, which we are compelled to face. Before we start our concluding round of our Q&A of our second open forum, over to you, Bhua ji.
Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. Yes, please put on your cameras, please. So we have already completed the session on addiction. We had one open forum. Today is the second one. Now I think you must have been tuned. You must have got all your bullet points of all the addictions. What are the causes of it? And today we will be taking up the answers also, the questions also, and then we'll be giving you a little bit of the techniques of how to get out of it also. So over to you, Arvinda. You can just carry on with the questions.
Ji. So anybody has any questions regarding addictions or any of Bhuaji's previous sessions, any topic, any question that you want clarity on, enlightenment, awakening, so please raise your hand or put it in the chat box. A humble request to kindly not put any private questions over here. For that, we have our one-on-one counseling. Ji, Rajwan ji. Ji, unmute karo ji.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ.
ਭੂਆ ਜੀ, ਅੱਜ ਦੋ ਵਾਈਸਸ, you can call it addiction also, habits also, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਦੱਸੋ.
ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਣਾ.
ਓਕੇ.
ਦੂਜਾ ਹੈ ਚੋਰੀ ਕਰਨਾ. ਚੋਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਝੂਠ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਸੱਚ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ. ਇਹਦਾ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਕਿ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਟ੍ਰੈਂਕਵਾਈਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਸਬਕੌਂਸ਼ੀਅਸ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਜਾਂ ਓਵਰ ਥਿੰਕਿੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ.
ਦੇਖੋ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਇਤਨਾ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ if there are about 100 questions or answers to be given, out of 100 ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ +1 ਕਰੋ, 101 ਸਭ ਝੂਠ. ਮੀਨ ਇਤਨਾ ਝੂਠ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਇਤਨਾ ਝੂਠ ਹੁੰਦਾ, he is actually addicted. He is actually addicted. Not only addicted to lies, he is addicted to so many other type of energies. You know, narcissism is one of them, in where they always say that we are something, we are always right, you are always wrong, we can never go down. So you can see all that energy. It carries all the energy. ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਝੂਠ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ, our mind has become like that ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਝੂਠ ਵੀ ਸੱਚ ਲੱਗਣ ਲੱਗ ਪੈਂਦਾ. And it is happening. ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲੇ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਨਾ, ਕਿ ਇਤਨਾ ਝੂਠ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਝੂਠ ਨਾ ਸੱਚ ਬਣਨ ਲੱਗ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ.
ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨਸ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੇ ਝੂਠੇ ਵਾਅਦੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਇੱਕ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ. ਫਿਰ ਵੀ
ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ. ਜਦੋਂ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਝੂਠ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਵਿੱਚ ਵੈਰੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਟ੍ਰੈਪਿੰਗ ਫॉर ਅਸ ਪੀਪਲ. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਟ੍ਰੈਪ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਝੂਠ ਤੇ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ. ਜਦੋਂ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਦੇयर ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ ਇਜ਼ ਨॉट ਡਨ. ਉਮੀਦ
पे दुनिया कायम है. हाँ जी. दूसरी है चोरी करना. वो कहता है चोर चोरी से जाए, हेरा फेरी से ना जाए. चोरी करता है ते चोरी करना ਉਹਦਾ ਹੁਨਰ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਦੂਜਾ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ. ਪਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਵੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਲੈਣਾ ਵੀ ਪਾਪ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਗਲਤ ਹੈ? ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਦ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੋਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਹੈ, ਵੈਸੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਚੋਰ ਬਾਜ਼ਾਰ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੇ. मैं देखा foreigners they are purchasing very good market. मैं कहा तेनू पता की है इत्थे सारी चोरी दा समान है. ते चोरी दा समान लेना भी गलत है, पर जब सानू पता ही नहीं तो की करिए.
देखो, चोरी दा समान ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੋਰੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਗਲਤ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੋਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਗਲਤ ਹੈ. But do you think we don't get trapped? ਜਦੋਂ ਚੋਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਥੋੜਾ ਸਸਤਾ ਆਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਲੈਣਾ, ਚੋਰੀ ਉਸਨੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਨਾ, we are paying money for it, no, let's take it. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਬੜਾਵਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜਾਵਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਉਸ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਨੂੰ। ਨੋ ਇੱਕ ਚੋਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਕੌਨਸ਼ੀਅਸਲੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰੈਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਪੈਸਾ ਬਣਾ ਲਵਾਂ, ਓਵਰਨਾਈਟ ਕਰ ਲਵਾਂ, ਡਿਸਓਨੈਸਟੀ ਐਂਡ ਚੋਰੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਖਾਲੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਦੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਖਾਲੀ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਸਓਨੈਸਟੀ ਇਨ ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ।
ਹਾਂ ਚੋਰੀ ਹੈ।
ਨਾਓ ਦੇਰ ਇਜ਼ ਵਨ ਚੋਰੀ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਡਿਜ਼ੀਜ਼। ਇੱਕ ਚੋਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ that is a disease which we call it the kleptomania. That is a disease in which a person does not realize and goes anywhere and just flicks off the things. Maybe just going to a restaurant and flicking off the napkins, just you can say a spoon, a fork, a cutlery, and they say, oh, chori the other thing. This is called kleptomania. This is a disease. This is a disease. So in this, if you know that this is a disease, there is a place where we should help those people. Usually we flaunt, we talk a lot about those people, but we should. Oh, bhi chori hai, dusri bhi chori hai, but oh, chori disease hai. That is a disease. Because just picking up a spoon or picking up a napkin will not help much. But that habit, the disease of the flicking is there, that sensation of flicking is there. Oh, bhi chori hai. But that is a disease. As any chori hai, we also get trapped into it.
Corruption
we get to see.
Corruption भी तो चोरी है। अनु किसी ने पुलिस ने फाड़ लिया भी तो ले ला या 100 रुपए छड़ दे पड़े, वो भी तो चोरी है।
Yes, definitely everything. That is, I tell, collectively you have to think कि चोरी, even dishonesty करनी वो भी चोरी है, calculation करनी वो भी चोरी है, किसी का सामान चुक के लेना वो भी चोरी है।
चोर
चोरी है और है कि ये
चोर
करप्शन है। हाँ जी,
चोर चोरी से जाए हेरा फेरी से ना है क्यों कहते अभी हेरा फेरी भी जारा हुनर लगता है या चोरी ओदी कला ही चोरी है। हाँ जी,
कला
कला
कला without that kala you cannot do it. हाँ जी,
हाँ जी,
जी बुआ जी, we have another hand raise. जी जसप्रीत जी। हाँ जी, अनम्यूट करो जी।
फतेह, उस दिन on the 4th of July there was a post of Gaur Gopal Das on Gurbani Gyan. On 5th of July there was an open forum on addiction, जिस वो मैंने अटेंड नहीं किया सी तो फिर मैं बाद में सुनिया उसने। तो see 5th July which क्या see that charity begins at home, you know, we are थोड़े अपने बारे किया that सानू counseling होती सी, first practice on yourself and then you know preach, ये ना practice what you preach.
Yes,
but Gaur Gopal Das ji da मैं सुनिया, I'm quite fond of him, and I heard that he said that he left his house, some differences with his father, and he came out. Later on his father died and he could not forgive his father, it was too late. He says, just when I came out of the house, I left my house, I left to become a monk. Okay? You've left for a noble cause, right? Monk to si ban gaye ho, you are going to preach. Then you are not able to forgive your father. मतलब अगर initial stage you are not being able to forgive your father, what will you teach others? Forgiveness is the first chapter.
No, actually, what was his story was this. Actually, we must have just interpreted it wrong. He had left and become a monk.
Yes.
Due to some difference, he became a monk.
Right.
For many years, he was not speaking to father and he was practicing in that field.
Perfect.
When he came to know that his father was not well, he came over. He came over to meet his father. He meant to say that मैं verbally अपने father no sorry नहीं बोल पा रहा. I was not able to say.
Ego.
So he said when he died, and when I came and I cried on his feet, and I told him sorry, I'm too late, and I gave everyone you a lesson that please forgive and ask for forgiveness before it becomes too late, because for me it had become too late. So that is why when we are on this path, maybe because when we see people and all are in this path, so we think that no.
Yes.
All
Yes.
working, all are working. गिरते हैं फिर उठते हैं फिर गिरते हैं फिर उठते हैं हाली कोई उत्ते पहुंचे नहीं हाली वही रास्ते में चल रहे हैं सारे
सही
so when we see
वो
people like ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਫਿਗਰ ਤੱਕਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਕਦੀ ਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਅਗਰ ਉਸਨੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਿਆ ਤਾਂ how can he preach? No, that's a very good thing that he speaks. Hanji. Ego
and forgiveness is the first thing one needs to one has to forgo.
Yes.
And forgiveness, one has to forgive. If these two lessons are not learned initially and you are out in the world, to spread wisdom, pata nahi, mainu to kuch convincing nahi lagya. Because these are the basic things, Ego mere vich, marte dam tak ego mere vich nahi jayegi, right? But a monk, and actually I look up to him, I read his articles. और तुसी अपना कार छोड़ देता ईगो ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ forgiveness ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ father ਨੂੰ you went back home and you could still not say I am sorry.
Yeah, but then just breathe. How truthful he is that on a platform he has said that I was not able to give, was not able to forgive, and I cried on his feet that I am too late. So whoever is listening, please forgive. It was such a big this thing on him who owned it up. नहीं तो की लोड़ से उसने own up करना वो छुपा सकता सी but he was very truthful, he was very flawless, so he begged everyone अगर मैं नहीं दे पा रहे सर तो तुसी please दो. So it's okay, that's his life and he's open and very flawless in talking about his faults.
क्योंकि we look up to such people, साढ़े वर्ष थे वो बहुत ही
Yeah, but everyone has. बच्चे ਅਸੀਂ लोग ना ऐसी करके ना उन्होंने कैसा दर्जा दे देते हैं ना कि उन्होंने थोड़ी सी भी गल आंदी ना साडा एकदम मन मैला हो जाता है and then we stop slowly we stop. उन ਅਸੀਂ नहीं सुनना नहीं. Listen to them, whatever is very good take it, what is not like leave it, because they really talk about a lot about the wisdom, about the knowledge, the experiences and all, but सारी एक ना human nature है ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ flaw ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਵੇ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਮਨ ਖੱਟਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਮਨ ਖੱਟਾ ਗਾ ਅਸੀਂ slowly ਛੋੜ ਦੇਂਗੇ. This is what we should not be doing. Flaws are there.
That because this is very important chapter. This is a very important topic. Ego and forgiveness. Forgiveness is
but ego does not go bacha. Ego does not go. Ego is something कि एक थोड़ा जब stress आ गया तो ego थोड़ा जब stress आ गया kind of ego. थोड़ा जब इरिटेशन हो गई इस ईगो ਅਸੀਂ किस ਪਾਸੇ ਈਗੋ ਨੂੰ ਪਕੜੀਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਲੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਬਿਟਰਨੈਸ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਫੋਰਗਿਵ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਲੈਟ ਗੋ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਪਰ ਕਦੀ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਕ੍ਰੈਸਟੀਨੇਟਿੰਗ ਔਰ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਜਸਟ ਲੇਜ਼ੀਫਾਈਂਗ ਔਰ ਬੋਰਡਮ that is also ego. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੋਂ ਈਗੋ ਨੂੰ ਪਕੜੀਏ so we are always working one vices we are picking up because there are lots and lots of them.
Hanji, ji Pooja. Pooja, now suppose we compare addiction and disease on one side. ठीक है? Suppose एक बंदे नु कोई disease है. Let's say, just for example, a terminal illness. Suppose he's got cancer. ते साडा जो immediate reaction होता है, it's of compassion, love, protect, take care. We feel sad. We feel sorry for that person, right? Though maybe he had contracted that disease because of his own doing, own faulty lifestyle, whatever. On the other hand, a person has got addiction. We never have compassion for such a person. We get irritated, we get angry. How is he addicted? And addiction bhi apne karan hi aayi hai. So why this difference for addictions and disease? A difference kyun hai saari attitude which?
Because that is why we are trying to tell you that these children who are addicted, they have a very, very big hollow inside them. And the cause of the hollow is not only theirs. The source is not they themselves. The source is a lot of things which is around them. People not knowing that, just does think addiction, alcohol, दूर हट जाओ, भाग जाओ यहाँ से, कोई नहीं करना. Because we don't have the proper knowledge. Oh, what is the source of the addiction? Why do we say that these children are sick? They are very badly sick. They need lot of love. They need lot of love. They've been deprived of it. There's a hollow which has to be filled. That is why we are educating them. Usually what happens when children get into addictions and all, parents at times get fed up. Brother, they get gap. And they say, send him to a center. We don't want the child here. You can see that anger, that fear, and that irritation in them and all. But what happens? We send them. But we send them, out of dukhi ho gaya, but they need a lot of love. Not for this, let them go. Let them go, at least we should send them there out of that love, that these children will be cured. Because now we have to take a stand. Why do we send them to these centers for this? That we have to take a stand where they'll be kept for a year or so. Year and 2 years, they're going to be kept inside. It's very difficult for them also to survive and very difficult for the parents also. But as you can say, dil te patthar lakh rahi hai ki nahi sade bacche di health waste udde fayde waste sanu ek cheez nu peena payega, sanu bacche di fayde sanu usko pejna payega. So this is what we are teaching, that please do not hate these children. Find out the source. Find out the source. Na source ka na pata hone karke addiction na sune se sare dur na sakte. हाले जो कैंसर होता है ना, कैंसर is a thing which is caused by its own energy. It's caused because of its own energy. But addiction is caused, the source is somewhere else. Find out the source and how it entered. This is how we are trying to educate, that do not hate these people. Hanji.
Ji, finding out the source, just continuing with this thread. Now, as we understand, addiction is any behavior which may give you temporary relief or pleasure, but have negative consequences, right? And if we take a step back, it could arise from wanting a sense of control or relieving your pain or your boredom, your loneliness, your void, anything. So when we talk of recovery, it is either medication or meditation or medication, both, or rehab, or professional counseling, therapy, or talking to your loved ones, family and friends. Jithe meditation di gall aandi hai, medication di gall aandi hai, oh assi fatafat kar leni hai. Rehab also we may do. But when it comes to counseling and therapy, we shy away from it. And because of this, it relapses. It doesn't actually go away totally. So why do we shy away from this such an important aspect of recovery, which is counseling? Jithe assi jad tak pahunch sakne us addiction di.
What happens? Actually, this is just like a stigma, It's like a stigma. These children, people feel very insulted, They feel very humiliated when they go. When they go into a counseling and all, they feel, because they know the counselors are going to go to the source. Unhone source tak jana, us source was they have to empty out everything, which they do not want to. They do not want. That is why they do not go to counselors. They'll go and take medication and take it. But they will avoid counselors. Kyunki counselors, the kami yahi hai ki they have to pour their heart out. When they pour the heart out, they find out the source. So they are not ready to accept it. They do not ready to take it. They will take medication, but not counseling. Because counseling, if they take and they find this source, then they will start working on the thought process. Counselors also work on the thought process. And they are not ready. There's a very big ego, a very big shine, a big stigma, feeling humiliated. That's why they don't go for counseling. They're not ready. They'll go to the habitat center, they will take all the medication, but not counseling.
So is it a fear factor also?
Yes, that's a fear factor. It's a fear factor. It's very humiliation. Where do I go? What are they going to take? Or maybe he does not even know what is the source. Maybe he doesn't know exactly where it will take, but he knows Because these people are very, very over smart. They know everything. I have seen so many children who are addicted and now they read books to find out what is going to be the repercussion. And if they don't, they have educated themselves through the books a lot. So they have a lot of fear, lot of fear. That is why they say that they lack the sweetness of life. Where there is fear, there is no love. And where there is no love, there is no sweetness of life. So that is why they need a lot of love. Now, love doesn't mean कि puchi puchi karo. Love means they're caring, understanding them, talking to them, getting into the comfort zone, taking out the things from them, making them feel that we are there to help you. Do the parents or everyone have that much of patience to do it? No. They will rather throw them into the addiction center. They will not have the patience to do it. But that is what in this platform we are trying to train and educate ourselves that these things are needed. और एक चीज़ है किस वजह वैसे also for every human people they have to use this. What is human empowerment? To talk, to communicate, to understand, get into the zone, find out the source, become compassionate, be caring, be loving. This is also the human empowerment. It is used also for when people are having children who are addicted. Hanji.
So medication fraternity and professionals, counselors should all work together. They should be in the loop.
Yes, all should work together because I know this much. There are children and all who were into addictions and the doctors themselves said, we will medicate you, but we want you to be counseled. And those doctors had told them, especially that you go in for spiritual counseling. We will work together. So we were working together. And we got very good results. Because when you're working in spiritual this thing, we are working with full compassion, with full understanding. That warmth, that love, that care. And along with it, we are taking stands. We are being very, very distinct, not being rude, but we are being very, you can say a stand. Our way of behaving towards them is nothing is going to happen now. You have to take it and you have to take it. So we are using two tools together. We're taking the love, the commitment, the compassion, everything, but our sternness is also there. वो कहते हैं मिठियां गोलियां जरी है ना कोड़ा उसमें मिठी गोलियां दे नाल लपेट दो वही असली लोग करते हैं. So doctors usually say असली लोग तो दवाइयां दवांगे सब कुछ देंगे नाल we want spiritual counseling. हाँ जी.
जी. So through this platform, we hope to spread the message that if counseling is required, please do not shy away from it. Hanji. We have our next hand raised. Ji Bhagwan Das ji.
Sat Sri Akal Bhua ji.
Sat Sri Akal, Sat Sri Akal.
I've been listening to this counseling business. In India, we have that stigma.
Yes. Right.
So because of stigma, our children or even the younger generation, they are not interested in going for counseling or even for going to psychiatrist. Whereas in America and other Western countries, it's a very common thing. It's something like going for a flu checkup.
Yes.
So so even the parents, though they feel that they are very good, they also have a lot of inhibitions about how these people got that problem. The parents are also responsible for that.
Yes, absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So if the parents also start going to counselors or psychiatrists to solve their problems and then pass it on to the children, then it would be a better thing. And organization like our Jeevan Jat also can propagate that sort of thing where the parents are basically to be treated than the children. So
see, Bhagwan Das, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Before we blame the children, we have to, as parents, take the responsibility. We first have to counsel the parents.
That's true.
Because half the problem is over. Once the parents have been counseled, you can say we have solved 50% of the problem. But this is being a stigma in India, because definitely now it is becoming quite popular also in India. In America, every child, every mother, father, they have a counselor. But in India, they think that हम पागल तो नहीं है, हम तो ठीक हैं, पागल आप हो गए, हम पागल नहीं हैं. So they think that counseling means that, or psychiatrist means someone is mad. So this is a stigma, and this is the belief system. So we are trying to break this belief system that no, counseling is what? The best counselor is who? The person itself. Today, if I am, then I'm the best counselor for myself, because I know my inner story. The next best counselor are the parents. Are going to be the parents. Now, if the parents only are not, then what will you do? If the parents are not, what will you do? Then where will the children speak? Where will the children speak their heart out? Maybe they're not able to understand what's happening to me. Then where do they speak? They don't have the trust, because somewhere something has been affecting them, maybe in the family environment. So what happened? These counselors are actually pura trust denal. They tell the children to just puke out everything that is in their heart. Counseling is just this, that you take out everything that is in their heart, empty it out, so that they can channel it. They can find the different areas, and whichever area is missing or has been damaged, just try to rectify that area. That's the way the counseling is done. So, but yes, India is also going for it. India is definitely working on this field also a lot.
Basically, it is the parents who are to be treated. Then only, if they are not treated, then they cannot even take the children for treatment.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I absolutely agree with you. I agree with you.
And
when we did parenting, I told you, when you find something is wrong in the children, please check yourself. Where did my parenting go wrong?
Correct. So that's what I was trying to correlate that also. Where parenting, we learned all that. But point is, how many people are really implementing it?
Because implementing, that's their choice.
No, it's not choice. There again, the stigma, what the society will say, that parents are pagal, not the children.
Yes. So that is why, this is stigma, no? That is why are we talking so openly everything? We're talking on every field. We're talking on in this, कि जहां तक ये series, ये YouTube में जा सकती हैं. Now parents should awaken, understand how important counseling is. We are trying our level best.
One more thing, Bhuaji, this can be also introduced in our gurdwaras and temples, in some social organizations where the parents are taught. Instead of just giving only Gurbani, only also give them what they must do about their children.
Yes. Yes,
so
we are heading for it. We are heading for it. We are heading into all these institutes also. We are heading, our programs are already in line. Let us see. We are heading for it.
Like, even schools also, like, that last time we discussed on something on moral science. So something similar, moral science, if it is introduced there, again, parents are also involved. Having a parent-teacher meeting is not the end of it. There, it is counseling the parents also. The schools also are, very much involved. So that education has to be given not only to the parents, to the schools, everybody where we are concerned, whoever is responsible.
Yes, absolutely, you're right. This is the need of the hour.
And it's becoming more and more prominent. People are becoming more and more, they require it. It's becoming emergency rather than, a casual thing.
Right, absolutely right.
This is my opinion. That's why I said.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Bhagwan. You're absolutely right.
Okay, we really appreciate your thought process. We have a lot of things coming up in the pipeline at Jeevan Charge along the same lines. So thank you very much. Stay connected.
Thank you.
Ji Shweta ji.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
कि फतेह बच्चा फतेह
ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਪਰਸੋਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਥੋੜਾ ਅਜੀਬ ਜਿਹਾ ਇੱਕ ਇਨਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋਇਆ। ਮੇਰੇ 3 ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਆਈ ਹੈਵ 2 daughters and a son। ਜੋ ਮੇਰੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਵਾਲੀ ਬੇਟੀ ਹੈ, ਮਤਲਬ ਮੈਂ ਤਿੰਨੋਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਨੀ ਆ ਜਦ ਸਕੂਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕ ਕੇ ਜਾਓ, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰੋ। ਤੇ ਆਈ ਟੋਲਡ ਹਰ ਕਿ ਬੇਟਾ ਤੂੰ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਿਆ? ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾ ਮੱਥਾ टेक ले। कहती किस लिए टेकूं, मुझे बाबा जी ने क्या दिया है। जब उन्हें मैनू ये गल बोली आई वाज लाइक मैनू समझ ही नहीं आया। मैंने लगे मैं आसमान तो थल्ले गिर गई। ते आई आस्क्ड व्हाई आर यू सेइंग तेरे कोल किस चीज दी कमी है? हर चीज ते रब ने तेनू दित्ती हुई है, जो चीज तुहाडा मन करदा है तुहाडे कोल है। बोलदी है नहीं, जब लास्ट ईयर मैंने इतनी प्रेयर की थी तब भी तो वाहिगुरु जी ने मेरे जीजू को ले लिया। मतलब वी लॉस्ट अ फैमिली मेंबर टू कोविड लास्ट ईयर मैम भूआ जी। ते ताई फिर उस तो बाद कहने लगी मैं इन्ना पढ़नी आ फिर भी मेरी एग्जाम अच्छी नहीं जाती। इस तरह वो वेरियस मैनू एग्जांपल्स देने लगी। देन फाइनली आई कन्विंस्ड हर कि नहीं तू बेटा मत्था टेक के जा। वो टेक के गई बट देन आई वाज टोटली डिस्टर्ब। मैनू समझ ही नहीं आया कि मतलब किथे की मिस्टेक हो रही है। सो आई रियली वांट टू नो कि किस तरह मैं उन्हां नू रब नाल जोड़ा। बहुत मैनू लगता है कि वो लोग रब तो बहुत ज्यादा दूर हो चुके ने।
ਬੱਚੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਾ, ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਣ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਡਾਇਲੌਗ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਬੀ ਚੇਂਜਿੰਗ। ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਚਿੱਟੇ ਵਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਸਾਡੇ ਮਾਪੇ ਨੇ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕੇ ਜਾਓ, ਜਦ ਜਾ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕੇ ਜਾਓ, ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕੇ ਜਾਓ। ਅਸੀਂ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਣ ਜੋਗੇ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ। ਮੱਥਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਟੇਕਣਾ ਹੈ, ਵਾਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ, ਵਾਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਸਿੰਬੋਲਿਕ, ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ। So, bacha, this scenario that has been in your house, this way of thinking has to change. I will request you in the JJ, they are having a lot of ardas and all that. Videos are being made, excellent, beautiful, which you should go. You will get all your answers. In a very nice, for the children, it is just too good, awesome. Go into JJ, find out from them, go into those videos, you will get your answers. You'll get all your answers there.
ਭੂਆ ਜੀ जब फर्स्ट शुरू होया सी जेजे दा गुरमुखी क्लास, उस समय मेरी छोटी बेटी ਨੂੰ मैं ज्वाइन करवाया सी। she did the first session। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਹੋਰ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਹੋ, ਹੋਰ ਕਰ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫੋਰਸ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ, I don't want to do it। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ how do I convince her।
ਬੱਚੇ now don't tell her, ਹੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ, ਹੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ। Now start showing her small, because now JJ has gone to a very different level, because it's come to a different level. They are having so many things which are very, very interesting, made it very interesting, made it very interesting। ਹੁਣ ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ, ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ। Get some type of these videos and activities they are doing and put it on for her। She will ask you, oh, where did you get it? It is the JJ। JJ has that much? Oh, दूसरा दिखाओ। I mark my words, she will say, I will like to join the JJ। Little effort to करना पड़ेगा बच्चे। Now JJ is in a very different level बच्चे। Lots and lots of things have been introduced। So you don't force her, you have to use another way। हाँ जी।
Thank you भूआ जी।
हाँ जी। Before we go on to the next question, छोटी जी announcement about Jeevan Jach। Jeevan Jach is starting a next batch, that is batch 14 of our basic Gurmukhi and Gurbani class. It's a regular class, weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 weeks, 2 hours duration. And the last date to enroll for the forms is 10th of July. The classes will start on the 15th of July. Thank you so much. Moving on. Vaji, so the bottom line basically is that we are all trying to increase our dopamine levels in the brain, right? Now, if suppose through our constructive hobbies and passions, we can do it ourselves internally. So we are all sorted then, we don't need any external. So that means with effective time management, if we can somehow fit in these hobbies or choti, some passion in our routine, because we are all hard pressed for time and we give that same training to our children also. Always stress on academics, academics, academics. So we ease them out also and inculcate this habit of hobbies and passion in children. Then maybe it will ease them out and we won't face such a scenario of addictions later on.
Yes, absolutely, you're right. See, because hun sanu badi jankari ho gayi hai. Now we should immediately start working. Immediately start working, because the children, there's so much of exposure to them. They can be easily trapped. Stress is so much. Education stress is so much. Then, apne ego, apne under the society, the comparison, how to build up their own status. There is so much going on in the society that the people get attracted. Let it be the children or let it be the elders. They get trapped into it. So we should start as soon as possible. For the children, even before they have got a knowledge about it or how they get trapped into it. Or even if you find a slight thing, become aware. I'm going to just tell you a few of the things. पहले तो ये सोच लो कि असली लोग, what was the source? Source कैसी? Boredom. की करिए? हम बोर हो गया. बोर करके चले गए उस पास से. Then stress. There was so much of stress. There was so much of temptations. There was so much of peer pressure. Went towards addiction. Then there is family background. The family background where they get attracted to it. Then what has happened? These children, all these, whatever is happening are the sources that are attracting to it. So now what do we do? The first thing that we have to do is that the children should be educated as soon as possible. And those people who have already been into it, they should also be educated. And the first word that they should use is that I accept. Until they don't accept, you cannot impart that knowledge. They have to accept कि yes, दुनिया में बच्चे वो दुनिया में होता है, भी accept होता है. और जिन्होंने है आदत, उन्होंने accept करना कि yes, I have it. नहीं तो usually they hide it. So first is acceptance. When they will accept the thing, then only you can impart and educate them of understanding what is the repercussion of the addiction, what are the risk factors, educating them. Now, when we are educating them, we have to let them know that the first medication to be given to each and every person, let it be a girl, let it be a boy, let it be a man, let it be a woman, exercise. Very, very important. Why they say exercise? You go to a gym, you go for your sports, very, very important. Why? Because when they are in this sports or exercise or gym, the blood system is how it is, all the blood is pumped onto the brain. And you see that they are flushing, the faces are red. That is one of the things in which it helps. It helps the children to keep a very healthy mind. Very healthy mind. That is why in schools and all, teachers says that we want children all-rounders. We just don't want padhai. We want all-rounders. Why? Because they are knowing what the children are heading for. Because of education, the children are getting into all this peer pressure, the stress of education, that the children have forgotten that part of life. They're not able to counteract those stress. They're not able to handle those type of stress. And where does it lead them? It leads them for the outside substances. So exercise, gym, and sports are first medication list ऊपर ना लिख लो. Note करके देखो, experiment करके देखो. You will see after an exercise under 30 minutes also. We ladies at home also, if we do just a little bit of exercise at home, you can see the difference. Meditation. Okay, now meditation, we are not talking about the thing that you just sit down and you start. No. Meditation means just go inside and look at yourself. You will definitely feel your sensations. Third, yoga. Don't overlook these things. These are very good for all the children. All schools are doing it also. Fourth, sangat, your lifestyle. See and be very careful and be alert. All should be alert. केरी संगत विच जान दे हो. तुहानू थोड़ा जिहा भी डाउट हो जाए, संगत बदल जाओ. थोड़ा जब भी डाउट हो संगत बदलो. Fifth, communication. Do not break the communication. When children are slowly getting into this field, now first thing is they break all the communication. They're not ready to communicate. They go into a corner. They go into a cocoon. They go into an introvert. They will not talk. They break all the communication. Do not break the communication. It is a sign that a bacha the communication ho raha hai. Please be, maybe another thing, but please be aware and be alert. Be alert that these communication gap should not be there. As the communication gap is there, na? Isn't there a communication gap among the generation? What is it? Have you ever sat across with the elders and sat down and talked a healthy talk? No, we don't have. Because we have a fixed ideas. And we say, I am right, they say they are right. So the communication gap goes up. Forget it, leave it, yaar, kya baithne ki kya zarurat hai. Uthe bhi galtiyan ho jati hain. Is karke communication should not break. Then never see whenever you feel that you are feeling bored. बच्चे कहते हैं हम बोर हो गए हम बैठे हैं हम क्या करें कुछ भी ना करें. Be very careful. अगर this is consistent, they will land up in a soup. Nothing else, so in games which you love. That is also an addiction. Get them into creative work. This is the effort that we all have to make. These are like tools for us where we have to keep on using. Now, there is called the CBI. Now, the CBI is the cognitive behavioral therapy. This is very much linked to our spiritual, where we train them to understand the thought process, which is negative. They start introspecting and they find out, oh, this is something negative, or is the result ki hoega my wrong action? You know, that way of training is given in which they try to understand that one negative thought can create a negative action. When they start understanding this, this is called the CBI therapy. Now, this way, they will understand in addiction also. Bore ho rahe hain, ab koi galat to nahi karenge, right? Because on haath chal rahe hain, chalo fatapat phone chuk lo, fatapat games chuk lo. Then when they have the CBI, they understand boredom is going to lead me somewhere out. That is why this therapy is very, very important for all of them. And then this also helps, you know, all these behavior patterns that they have, all are going to destroy their actions. It's going to destroy the action. So that is why these small things, you know, we have to understand. We have to understand, awaken. This is the need of the hour. Let it be the small children. You'll be very lucky if you start with the children when they are small. When they are small, start with it. These are all the tools and techniques which we people are using. Ek sangat mein badna, this is also a technique. A sangat theek nahi hai, let's change it. And just you cannot force, be very careful to handle them. You just cannot change them. You just cannot push them into another. Very gracefully you have to handle and change the sangat taki they do not get trapped. These are the small which we all parents should be careful, or even the wives should be careful when the husbands are getting trapped, or even the husband should be careful when the women get trapped, because we also get trapped into all our shoppings. So you must understand all these addictions. And the best tool, the best and the topmost is Naam Simran. Is to vadda kuch bhi nahi. Jinnah ne Naam Simran shuru to hi kita, जिन्ना ने हमेशा ब्लेम गेम बचपन तो शुरू किया, कोई एडिक्शन नेड़े नहीं आ सकती. Before it comes, why not apply all these things so that ਅਸੀਂ उस चीज तक जाइए ही ना. Isn't prevention better than cure? Why? Prevent yourself from the very beginning. So in JJ, what are we doing? We all are taking this injection. So keep on taking it very aggressively, very strongly. And all the other tools that you have to see, which we have discussed today, please apply that. Apply this. I'm sure we will get over it. We will definitely get over it. And if it is a very bad case, then the addiction centers are there. But be very careful when they are there. You have to give their care, their love, and the sharing must be there. But that doesn't mean lovey, dovey, but no. I have the love, I have the care, I have the thing for him, but I take a stand for the benefit of the child, for the benefit of the house, for the benefit of the society. बड़ा दिल पक्का करना पड़ता है इस चीज वास्ते. I have seen parents break down. They get the children back. And there are many children who break down. Because the children break down and the parents break down. So there is usually 100 will go, खाली 10-15 ही रह जाते हैं, सारे नस के आ जाते हैं, or they jump from the windows. And so these are all, please go through all the YouTube, which we are getting all the recording done. Please note it down. Please note it down and use it in your daily life. Hanji.
People who smile when they are alone used to be called insane until we invented smartphones and social media. Natija, we don't use technology, we live technology. A useful tool, no doubt, provided we indulge in it judiciously, be it substance, behavior, or activity-related addiction. We can all come out of it with support, guidance, and therapy if required. Let's all be vigilant, develop fruitful habits, handheld those who need help, and move towards a Nave Samaj Di Sirjana. On behalf of Jeevan Charge and Building Spiritual Muscles, a big thank you to all you participants for joining in regularly. We'll see you soon with yet another trending topic. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Rajwan Ji, if you have a question, you can tell Bhua Ji, she will answer it.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ.
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਨਕਲੂਜਨ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ, a stitch in time saves 9. ਹਾਂਜੀ. Shall I suppose yes, conclusion is a stitch in time saves 9?
Yes.
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
Yes, absolutely right. A stitch in time saves 9. Absolutely. Prevention is better than cure. Absolutely right. You're right.
Thank you, ਭੂਆ ਜੀ. ਬਸ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ. ਹਾਂਜੀ. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Okay. Thanks.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.